What is going on, everybody? I would like to say hello and welcome to another episode of the No BS Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Jordan Pierce, aka Mr. No Bottom Shelf, and I am so excited, man. I'm so excited. Listen, I haven't done this in a while, like a long while. Like I've been doing this in spurts a little bit, um, but I haven't hopped in front of a mic or camera in a pretty long time. I've been working on the book, so I did like the audio version of the book, so I was doing that, but I didn't record that process. I didn't video record, just audio recorded it. I should have video recorded it though. It's kind of cool. Um, but yeah, man, uh, I'm back in action. I'm back in action. Um, it's been probably about a year, I think, or so. Excuse me. It's been like a year or so since I recorded anything. Um, and what really kind of got me, I just recently came off vacation, just got back, and while I was on vacation, that kind of set the tone. Did some thinking. Obviously, I've been talking to God a lot, and it kind of put some things in my head of like what I needed to do and like how I needed to pretty much do the podcast again and stuff. So it kind of, I mean, some thoughts came to my head, can't even talk, some podcast ideas. Um, yeah, so a lot's been going on, a lot's been happening, a lot's been interesting as far as definitely the book, everything. The book is done. It's been done. Low key, I've been bullshitting. But nah, it's definitely gonna come out. It's gonna come out next year. It's gonna come out right now, set for January. So we'll see. I don't have like an official date, but as of right now, it's January. So we'll see what God has in store for that. But yeah, man. While I was on vacation, first of all, I was on vacation because my daughter's birthday. So shout out to my baby. Can't believe it's been 9 years, bro. Like 9 years is crazy. Time really flies when you just don't realize it. It just flies like that. I can't believe it's been 9 years. Like it's really kind of hitting me. Like as we was on vacation, like yo, like I have a 9 year old, bro. Like I've been a parent for 9 years. It's crazy. But on vacation and being around a lot of kids, took them to Great Wolf Lodge, her brother, and I realized that kids have no idea what spatial awareness is. They just think that they're the only person in the vicinity of whatever, like wherever they're at. So that was interesting, especially like on the weekend. 'Cause we did like a mixture, stay a couple days during the week and the weekend, and the weekend was different because it was packed and yeah, the spatial awareness kids don't have it at all. So we had to deal with a lot of that. But in dealing with that and seeing all the kids interact, my kids as well, I noticed something. Um, I noticed that a lot of times kids, well, you know, a lot of times, just it's the kids, they're just young, right? They're kids. They haven't learned themselves yet. They don't know exactly who they are, and they don't know really how to operate in that sometimes, right? Because they are still learning themselves. They're kids. They see something, they want to do it. They see another kid do something, they want to try that. And I think that correlated to like some of the stuff I wrote in the book. For those who don't know, the book it pretty much is about like finding your purpose, finding your happiness, and just the pathway to get there. The steps that I've been using and that God blessed me with to find my purpose in life. And I think that is going to be the same with everybody. That's why I wrote the book. But yeah, so like the first step in writing this book's flying here. The first step in writing this book is know thyself, right? You have to identify who you are, know how you operate, know what you know what I mean, what you like, you don't like, all like everything, what you're good at, what you're not good at. You have to know yourself to the core, right? To at least know where you kind of fit in this world and things that you should be doing and stuff like that. So with that being said, like seeing all these kids operating in a way of just seeing, oh, I see that, I want to do that. This kid did that. It looks fun. Let me try it. Seeing all that, especially with my son. Son's younger than my daughter. He's 5, so seeing him try to like follow his big sister around and kind of do everything she wanted to do, but then still want to do things that he wanted to do, and then him being upset sometimes that he's not big enough to do certain things, he's not tall enough, and but Sissy can get on it, and seeing all that stuff, it kind of brought me to kind of social media in today's world and adults, and how we a lot of times look at other people and kind of, I don't want to say envy them so much, because I mean, I'm sure some people probably do envy, but more than likely just see that and just kind of yearn for it a little bit, or kind of question like, why can't I be in that situation, or why doesn't, especially with like relationships, why doesn't my man or my woman do this? You know what I mean? Look at them, they're doing that. They look like they're having a blissful relationship, but they only giving you what they want you to see. But anyway, I don't want to get too far into that. Um, but yeah, just seeing how it's a lot. Like with kids, it's a lot of, like I said, I see that, I want to do that. This person did it. It looked fun. Let me try. Now that brings me to like my daughter. Now my daughter, I love her to death. It's my angel. She is terrified of heights. Terrified. She get it from her mom. Excuse me. Both my kids, they are terrified of heights. Why? I don't really know. I think everybody's terrified of heights to an extent. Because like me, I'm not afraid of heights, but like if you put me dumb high up with like just a little string or something like that holding me up, I'm gonna be kind of like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be a little petrified a little bit. But I'm not terrified of like roller coasters or big slides or doing like the little attractions where you do like the rope stuff and you gotta walk on the ropes and walk on little thing you're suspended in the air, stuff like that. I'm not, I could do that stuff, right? But my daughter seen, they had this little thing when we was on vacation at Great Wolf Lodge. They had this thing where you could do, it was like it was a rope thing. Like you was tied to this cord or whatever, and this, they put this harness on you, tied to this cord. You're like just like a metal frame that like the cable goes into. So like it was secure. I'm not gonna lie, it was really really secure. But you had to do this obstacle course, but you're suspended in the air. So like the first thing was like it was like these little steps, but like the steps were like, it was mad gaps in between each step. So you kind of had to like take like a big step to get to the next one. And then as you keep going through the course, you get high up and then you come back down and then you finish. And it wasn't very long. It wasn't a long course, but my daughter kept looking at it. Like even the first day, she's like, "Ooh, that looks fun." But in my head, I'm like, "You scared of heights, girl? Like you ain't about to get up there and do that. I know you ain't gonna do that." But I ain't say nothing. I was like, "Oh yeah, it does look fun." And she's like, "Oh, I want to do that before I leave." So I was like, "Oh, word?" Like she was like, "Yeah." She's like, so then second day come, kept looking at it like, "Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that." I said, "All right." So then I want to say the third day, something. Yeah, I think it was the third day. She was like, "You know what? I really want to face my fears and do it." I said, "Oh, bet. Like I'm with you." I was like, "All right, come on, I got you." So she's like, "I want you to." She's like, "But I want you to be in front of me so that way you can hold my hand and like pull me." I said, "Well, I think I should be behind you to help you, but you know what? All right, cool." So the lady that put us on there, she wasn't really paying attention when I was like, "Hey, I want to be behind her." So she put us in front. She put her in front of me. But it was cool because like the little thing that you had to drag on the, like the the harness was connected to this cord, and the cord was connected like to this metal frame, and the thing that you had to drag was, it wasn't heavy, but like she couldn't really drag it up the steps like that. So like I was kind of helping pushing her. So that was cool. We get up the steps, we get to the first platform, literally the first platform. And she, when she got up there, she looked down, panic, straight panic. And me being a dad, you know what I mean? Like I already knew like this was gonna happen. But I'm just like, you know what? All right, calm down, breathe. You know what I mean? I'm trying to talk her through it. Like, I'm up here with you. Nothing's gonna happen. We're securing this harness, yada yada. So then after about like 3 to 5 minutes of me talking to her on that ledge, we ain't moved. She's like, "But I want you to be in front of me. I want you to be in front of me." So then the dude comes over because he sees us up there, because obviously it's an instructor guy up there helping everybody. So he comes over, and he was like, "All right, so what's going on?" I tell him whatever, and he sees that she's, you know what I mean. So he's talking to her and stuff, and then uh, he goes, "All right, well," I was like, "She wants me to be in front of her," and he was like, "All right, cool, come right here, like come to this little section, hug the wall or whatever, like this little pole thing." He was like, "Hug it, and we'll go around, and I'll switch you guys out." So we hugged the wall. She went around. I went around her. He moved us. All right, cool. So now I'm in front of her. We still haven't moved over. We're still on the same platform. And then he basically is trying to talk to her, like calm her down, stuff like that. And she was like, all right. So then I take a step on the thing and I grab her hand. She grabs my hand, but then she yanks it back. And then she was scared. So then dude was like, well, you want to see what happens if like we fall or whatever? So she was like, yeah. So then mind you, she's not crying at this point. She just like shaking and a little scared. So then he shows her he like just is kind of hanging, being suspended or whatever like that. She's like, he's like, see, like you're not gonna go anywhere, whatever, whatever. And then she was like, I don't care. I want to get down. I want to get down. I was like, you sure? Like I don't want to make you do this, but you want to do this. You told me you wanted to do it. I was like, but I'm not gonna make you do anything that you're uncomfortable with because I understand like you're afraid of heights. It's 10 to 30. I was like, but we're up here. I'm in front of you. I got you. I'll hold your hand the whole way. I was like, if you want, I can ask the instructor guy to be behind you so that way somebody's in front of you and somebody's behind you. Like you're going to be good. Like we'll just do the whole course together. He says, yeah, we could do that. He's talking to her. He's trying to help me talk her into going. And then she's like terrified. No, even like a mom that was like just got done doing the course with her kids. Like she's waiting for the rest of her kids to come. She was like, hey, well, I'm proud of you for even getting up here because most people can't even put on the harness or most people can't even walk up the steps, but you walked up the steps and got here. And I was like, yeah, I'm proud of you. Like you wanted to do something and we're up here. You're trying. You gave it a shot. I was like, so let's finish it. And then she was like, no. I said, are you sure? Because once we walk back down, we're not about to walk back up. We're not doing that back and forth, back and forth. And she goes, like, yeah, I want to get down. Like she's kind of tearing up a little bit. And I was like, all right, cool. So the guy like help escort us like back down or whatever. And in that moment, like, I gave her a hug. You know what I mean? She calmed down when we got on the ground. I gave her a hug. She's like, I'm scared. She's like, I tried, but I was terrified, yada yada. And then I asked her, I said, well, what made you try that? She was like, well, it looked fun. Like everybody up there I seen everybody else up there doing it and it looked fun. And that really opened my eyes to that's how I feel we as adults sometimes in life, we do the same thing where we look at somebody else's life and we think that that's what we want. We think that, hey, that lifestyle, what that person's doing every day, how he's living, how she's living, the money they make, the car they drive, the house they live in, all that stuff. We think, oh, I want that, right? We think that we can attain that. Not even saying we can. That's the wrong word. We think that we should attain that. We think that that life should be our life. We want to see all. We want to. You know what I mean? Some people want to be famous. Some people just want to be rich. Some people want to be wealthy, healthy. Some people want the guy like they want to look muscular. They want to have the abs and or some female they want the flat stomach. They want the big butt. They want you know what I mean. They want all this stuff, but then they don't want to go through the process of what it takes to get there. One and two, they don't even realize that they are not capable of doing it. And when I say not capable, it's not that you're not willing to put in the work. You may be willing to put in the work, but no matter how, take me for example. Right now, I'm like 6 foot, 240. I'm not a bad 240, but I'm not a good 240 either. I don't know how much The Rock weighs, but I know he's taller than me. I would imagine. I'm pretty sure he's probably like 6'2", 6'3" ish, and I imagine he weighs more than I do too. But he also has a flat stomach. Also, is muscular as hell. No matter how much I eat, no matter what supplements I take, no matter how much I work out, I'm never going to look like that. That is his genetic makeup. That is his as how the his muscle fibers work. My genetics are different. My muscle fibers are different. Yeah, I could look muscular and I have a different build, but I'm not going to look like him, if that makes sense. It's like him and Vin Diesel don't look alike. Like everybody's different. All these what is it, Mr. Universe, I think it is, when they do the whole bodybuilding competition, all of them look different. They all work out every day, eat similar things, on certain similar supplements, like certain cycles, this that, and the third, but they all look different. Why? Because they're a different person. Their genetic makeup is different. In life, everybody is excuse me, everybody is different. Your likes and dislikes are different. Your capabilities are different. Your genes are different. Your um the gifts that God gave you are different. So like what somebody else is doing in life and how they're striving, that's not how you're going to strive. Like I wanted to play football. Like just like every kid wants to be a rapper or be a movie star or dribble a ball or play football, baseball, whatever they wanted to do, I wanted to play football. Everybody doesn't. I don't. And I obviously that wasn't my that wasn't my path. Like that wasn't what God laid out in front of me. Like yeah, He gave me an opportunity to play, and I'm grateful for it. I played all my life until a car accident. But regardless, everybody's genetic makeup and everybody's gifts are different. So in that moment of my daughter seeing those people, those other kids and people up there doing something that looked fun in her eyes, she completely forgot about I'm terrified of heights. So much so that she went up there and tried it. Now, I'm not knocking her for trying it. I like that she tried to face her fears and overcome them. I love that about her. However, and sometimes you gotta kind of be realistic when it comes to, hey, this is something that I'm not good at just in life. Like if if like me, I know that hey, I'm terrible with my hands. Terrible. Like I'm whatever for whatever reason, that's just a gift that God didn't give me. I'm not good with my hands. Putting stuff together or fixing things, I'm just not. Anything that involves my hands in trying to make them work, I'm not good at. So it like in my book I wrote a little section in where I had I was a Comcast tech for about a year. This was years ago though. I think Nessa was just born. So it was almost a decade ago. I was a Comcast tech and I had no business doing that job, bro. Like none at all. I had no business doing this job. However, me being a Comcast tech, I had a job to do. I had to install cable. So I had to run lines, I had to drill holes, I had to um yeah, I had to do a lot of stuff that was handyman kind of work. And I'm not a handyman at all. I'm just not good with my hands. I had no business doing that job. And I did more damage than good in that job. I only lasted a year. That's why I only lasted a year. I'm surprised I lasted that long. Whereas some people that was good with their hands or handymans, they could do the job like the back of their hands. Like in the book, I wrote about how me and my cousin both got the job. He's good with his hands. I'm not. He started doing like we would start at the same time every day, and he would finish hours before I did. Sometimes he would like finish his job and then come help me if we were in the same area, just so that way I can get home too. And like try to make dinner. Like he would be home for dinner, but I'm eating dinner after everybody because I done got home so late because I just couldn't finish a job. Something that was simple, easy. So some of the jobs that I had to do, he went back and fixed what I messed up weeks later or days later because he just happened to like call me up like, yo, bro, wasn't you here the other day? And I'm just like, yeah, like it just I had no business doing that. But at the time I needed money. And at the time I didn't know. I'm not gonna say I didn't know I wasn't good with my hands. I knew I wasn't good with my hands. I was trying to fight it. I was trying to be a man's man or what I thought was a manly man, like being good with your hands, being a handyman. And now like knowing that I am not good with my hands and I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with who I am, right? Being okay with all those things is a part of like knowing who you are. So like my daughter is terrified of heights. Her being okay with being terrified of heights is just her just want because she was like I'm never doing that again. And I'm okay with that. I don't it's not all about in life, yes, you have to face your fears sometimes. And I like that she at least attempted. However, I love the fact that now she knows, like, you know what? I tried it. I know I'm terrified of heights. And I'm not even going to waste my time doing anything involving something that has to have me being high up. Like, she's never going to be she's never going to be like an electrician where she got to get up on the poles and stuff like that. It's just not going to be in her wheelhouse. Even if she's like a great person with her hands and can do those things, she's not going to do it. She's not going to be a flight attendant because she's probably not going to like flying like that. She's only flew once. So I don't know how she would be on a plane now. Like she was a baby. So I honestly don't even know. But that might freak her out. You get what I'm saying? So it's things like that where you really have to know and identify your strengths, your weaknesses, your gifts, everything that you're good at, and focus on those things. Focus on everything that you're good at, everything that you like doing. If what you like doing you're also good at. Because if you like it and you're not good at it, then just keep that as a hobby, but try to figure something that's in your wheelhouse. That's your superpower. That's what's going to allow you to be able to look like you're just speeding through life and living in the fast lane and just happy and joyful. Your life would be more of that because of the fact that you're just so in tune with who you are. So being on vacation really allowed me to realize that with the experience that I've seen like other kids do and with my own kids, and how adults and people just go through life comparing themselves or seeing something that they think they want or they think they want to do, or they see somebody else doing, I'm going to try that. Because I've been there. I tried to do a boatload of things to get me to where I want to go in life, and nothing worked out for me. And it's because I didn't know who I was at the time. I didn't know. I couldn't identify with the person that God made with like me. I couldn't identify with that. I always wanted something else. Oh, well, why can't I do that? Or I can do that. He's doing it. No, I had to find out, which I know now, who I am. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm bad at. I know to stay away from the things that I'm bad at. I know that I'm pursuing the things that I'm good at. I know that I'm following God and I'm trying to follow my purpose, what I believe to be my purpose. And yeah, that's going to just keep me in alignment with it and to keep me happy and joyful. I noticed that I become very, what's the word I'm looking for? I become very, very, like not so much stagnant, but even though stagnant is right, but that's not what I'm looking for. I become like very groggy and moody and stuff like that when I get away from my purpose and the things that I'm good at, and I start trying to think about things that I should be doing that might be somebody else's path. We all have different paths, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much what I want to talk about today. Is like knowing yourself, identifying who you are, and living in that and being true to that, because that's going to allow you to really, really truly live the best life you can possibly live for you. Like everybody's life isn't going to be The Rock's life or Tom Brady's life, or you know what I mean? Like everybody has their own path. And as long as you have your own path, you'll be all right. As long as you identify that path, you'll be all right. Um that's all I got for today, man. I mean, good first episode back. Kind of talked a little longer than I wanted to, but you know, I pray that this message gets to anybody that it needs to get to, um, and that it helps anybody that it needs to help. Um, Football's back. I know that's kind of a random statement I just made, but I love football. Football's back. Great thing. My team won. I'm a Rams fan. Go Rams. I mean, for those that are watching, you know what I mean? Represent with the hat. Feel me? Um, yeah, hopefully everybody has a good season too. Um, so much to unpack there too, but I'm not going to right now. But yeah, I hope everybody that listens to this continues to strive for living the best life that they can possibly live. You know what I mean? That's all you need to do. Find your weaknesses, stay away from them. Find your strengths, pursue that. You'll be all right. Well, until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Y'all stay blessed, stay authentic. Peace.